I'd like to speak just a little bit about a couple of digital video distribution use cases that exactly what it is that we're talking about. So we spoke a bit about the reasons that distribution is important, and we talked about promotional content, and we talked about B2B partnerships, and we'll talk a bit about full-length content. But we really want to help illustrate this, especially using one specific case study being our partners and customer, HBO. So like many studios, promotional content is core to the way that content is moved, content is sold, and audiences are gathered. And most of this promotional content are behind-the-scenes content, actor interviews, trailers, and other forms of promo content. And the challenge that HBO encountered is like the one that I mentioned before, in which all of this was being done by hand, and there was no automated fashion for actually moving content to all of these distribution points. So Kaltura really simplifies this process, whether it's using the distribution push model, the syndication pull model, or any of the various user-initiated sharing models. And it really begins with a singular source file coming in from you. It's a source file that's ingested into Kaltura in a number of ways, which we'll discuss in the demonstration. And that source file then being ingested into the Kaltura system is prepared for distribution, whether again it's push or pull distribution or syndication. In all cases, we have to transcode that file into multiple flavors and store all of those flavors. In many cases, we have to create multiple renditions of the thumbnail. In most cases, we have to have unique custom metadata fields for the specific piece of content. And in the case of an actual MRSS distribution, or rather syndication, in which we're initiating that pull model, we have to prepare a player, should your partner require a player. And we may even want to prepare a playlist that will be syndicated as well. Regardless of how we're slicing and dicing this information within Kaltura, it's all predicated on what partner the content is actually going to. So you'll see in the presentation that Kaltura has actually worked with YouTube and Hulu and iTunes and dozens of other partners to identify what is the specific transcoding flavor, what is the specific metadata, what are the specific thumbnails that these partners require, and the Kaltura system is smart enough to actually help you determine what needs to be prepared on a per partner basis. So ultimately, the challenge that Kaltura is setting out to solve is exactly that, taking the headaches and the human hours and the back and forth out of this distribution process and streamlining it. The way that we're doing it is using new and exciting tools that are built into the Kaltura management console. And you can see the screenshots at the bottom, distribution being on the left, syndication being on the right. And one of the areas where we see Kaltura increasingly being used by our partners and customers is as an adjunct or an arm of an existing digital asset management system. So in many cases, our customers are hosting their source files and core content in a DAM, and that DAM is great for many of the things that our customers are using it for. But when it comes to actually publishing to the web and publishing to mobile devices and publishing to connected devices, their DAM just isn't cut out for that particular job. And this is where the integrations between Kaltura and the DAM, the flexibility that comes with open source, is leveraged to truly create an avenue by which content can move seamlessly from a digital asset management system through Kaltura and out to your distribution point. So that's a quick background on some of the business use cases for distribution, some of the benefits to the Kaltura tools. And now I'd like to introduce Brad Alfest to really guide us through a demonstration of the product.